Be a nice person about this. I invite the little Weasley CBS crew into our studio, unheard of, unprecedented in the history of network television.
I was impressed.
All right, they come in. It's goofball camera boy, and a couple of like his manicurist and I don't know, wardrobe guy. They come in and they waste a lot of valuable time of our show, right, Paul? They waste.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got more important things to do than talk to these guys coming in.
Yeah.
All right, so now it turns out they didn't get any of that on videotape. None of it was videotaped. Now, do you know why?
Why?
Well, Mr. Goofball Cameraman says he had to protect himself because I was throwing footballs at him. You know, these ain't exactly Scud missiles we're talking about. Mr. Weenie Boy is worried about getting Windex on the camera or maybe getting hit with a football. Oh, we hate to muss his hair with one of these 200-pound footballs we're throwing around here. So now, they want to come back in, don't they, Morty? Yeah. No, that's it. That's it. Twice now, I've tried to help them out. I can't keep two networks afloat, no. Can I? And you talk about Willard being nuts, what about that Rather? Huh?
He shoots, he scores!
That was CBS's combat unit they had in here.
Crack team, yeah.
He's throwing balls at me. I couldn't tape him.
Thank you. Good evening. It's great to be back. How are you doing? Good. Lots happened since I've been here. The war, you know, very stressful for me. I was in the unenviable position of being for the war, but against the troops. And, just immoral, all those men living together in little tents. Surprised more of y'all didn't speak out against that. I think the most amazing thing about the war was the disparity in the casualties. They had Iraq 100,000, we had 79. Does that mean if we had sent over 80 guys, we still would have won this thing, or what? One guy in a ticker tape parade. I did it, hey. Good work, Tommy, no biggie. I feel totally taken by the media, too, trying to build it all up. You know what I mean? Iraq, the fourth largest army in the world. Yeah, well, after the first three largest armies, there's a real big drop-off. The Hare Krishnas are the fifth largest army in the world, and they've already got our airports. I am the sixth largest army in the world. Give you a perspective. Too much violence in the world, man. I was over in England. You know, in England, no one has handguns, not even the cops. And in England last year, they had 14 deaths from handguns. Now, in the United States, I think you know how we feel about guns. Whew, I'm getting a warm, tingly feeling just saying the word. 27,000 deaths from handguns. Let's go through those numbers again. England, no handguns, 14 deaths. United States, 27,000 deaths. But there's no connection. You'd be a fool and a communist to make one. But admittedly, in England last year, they had 27,000 deaths per soccer game. Okay? I'm not saying every system is flawless. You know, it's weird. They have a very high crime rate, and yet no guns. How does that work, you know? Guy goes into a bank. All the money now. Oh, I've got a soccer ball. Ian, that's a Spalding. He's serious. Too much violence. I was down south recently working. I'm not proud of it. I got to make rent. And I'm down there working in this town called Fife, Alabama. And in this town, last year in Fife, Alabama, they had all these UFO sightings. And I'm down there, so I asked people what it was like, you know. And they said, well, it was incredible. People came from miles around to look at them. A lot of people showed up armed. What? They're bringing shotguns to UFO sightings, man. Kind of brings whole new meaning to that phrase. You ain't from around here, are you, boy? Yep, they're little green people. We call them boogers. So I asked the guy, I said, why do y'all bring shotguns to UFO sightings? He said, well, we don't want to be abducted. Thinking, yeah, and leave all this. Man, if I lived in this town, I'd be on my hands and knees every day praying for abduction, all right? I wouldn't be picky. Greyhound, abduct me. I said, what do you mean abducted? He said, well, they abduct people and perform scientific and medical experiments on them. Yeah, well, maybe you'll be lucky and it's some type of sterility dentistry program. Maybe they come down here, castrate you, straighten your teeth, and split. We're going to clean up the universe pact. I'm telling you, that's starting to bug me about UFOs, too. The fact that they travel millions of miles to visit us and go to Fife, Alabama. Maybe these are not super intelligent beings. Maybe they're hillbilly aliens. Some intergalactic Jode family. Don't y'all want to land in New York or L.A.? Nah, we just had a long trip. We want to kick back and whittle some. Oh, my God, they're idiots. Last thing I want to see is a flying saucer up on blocks in front of a trailer. Some bumper sticker on it. They'll get my ray gun when they pry my cold, dead 18-fingered hand off of it. Thank you.
Our next guest made his network television debut on this very program and his second comedy album entitled Relentless. I have a copy of it right here. This will be available in the record stores in April. So, folks, do us a favor. Welcome back to the program, Bill Hicks. Bill?
Thank you. Just flew in. Let me get this straight. They don't allow smoking on airplanes, right? But they allow children. All right, whatever. I smoke, so I'm trying to quit flying. And I would quit smoking, but you non-smokers make me want to smoke. You make me so nervous, you know. Say the dumbest things. I was down at 42nd and 8th earlier doing some late Christmas shopping for myself. And this guy says to me, hey, man, quit smoking. You get your sense of smell back. Which is exactly what I'm looking for when I'm in 42nd and 8th Street in New York City. My sense of smell. Is that urine? I think I smell a dead guy. Honey, look, a dead guy. Covered in urine. Check this out. Just think, if I'd been smoking, I never would have found him. It's good to be in New York. People, at least outside, you know, people don't go out anymore, man, you know? Because you watch the news, you get the impression you walk out your door, you're immediately going to be raped by some crack-addicted, AIDS-infected pit bull, you know? Just some horrible CNN tale. Honey, I'm going to check the mail. What do you say we stay inside tonight, honey? Let the Domino's guy deal with that thing out there. Yeah, Domino's, send another car over. I know it's the third one. That last guy almost made it. Pretty soon, we're all going to be locked in our homes, man. No one in the street but Domino's guys and armored Chevettes with turrets. Yeah, the news is too apocalyptic, man. You ever sit around and watch CNN longer than, say, 20 hours in one day? It's unbelievable. Watch just the headline news at the beginning. This half hour, war, famine, death, AIDS, homeless, recession, depression, drought, flood, and the Hollywood Minute. I don't like Ted Turner because he's colorizing black and white films. Don't do that. He says if you colorize black and white films, more people will watch them. Yeah, maybe that's why people don't read anymore. Books are in black and white. Maybe Ted Turner's next venture will be to turn every book into a coloring book. Boy, I love reading. Yeah, you're going out of the line. Oh, no, I've been reading all day. And I'm sick of these polls, man, on CNN. I'm sick of the polls. I've never been polled. By round of applause, how many people here have never been polled? About 60% of you. Well, I just polled you, so there. They're so misleading. I saw one that said, how many people disapprove of George Bush's handling of the country? 79%. Of these same people, how many will vote for him again in November? 79%. Where did they take that poll at? Some S&M parlor? Ow, more. Ow, don't stop. And I'm sick of these test audiences for movies. You know, I went and saw Basic Instinct over the weekend. Highly disappointed. And I come to find out all the lesbian love scenes were cut out because a test audience was turned off by them. Boy, is my thumb not on the pulse of America here. If I had been in that test audience, the only one out front protesting would be Michael Douglas, demanding his part be put back in. Disgusting. And Geraldo, I watched Geraldo. He got plastic surgery done on himself on the air in the name of journalism. Yeah, I can't wait till he tries that Kevorkian suicide machine.
You know, that Regis got himself quite a show, but has he got one of these? Oh, sir. Let me tell you something, folks. That is actual radioactive steam.
Oh, great.
Okay, let's bring out the next boy, see what he can do. We got him stacked up back there in the bunkhouse, and rodeo cowboys. Our next guest made his network television debut right here on this very program, a fact of which we're quite proud. He will be appearing live at Caroline's here in New York City. Where's that located, Bob, Caroline's?
Broadway and 49th Street.
Have they scheduled the next fire? It's Broadway and 49th. Yeah. Broadway and 49th, so try and get over there. He will be out at that place tomorrow through November the 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bill Hicks. Bill.
Thank you. Great to be back in New York. My favorite time of the year, too, fall. It's beautiful here. So I'm living out on the West Coast now. Cultural cesspool. Hell A, that's what I call it. Always warm and sunny, no seasons, and they love it, right? Isn't it great? Always hot and sunny. Isn't it just great? What are you, a lizard? Only reptiles feel that way about this weather, you know? You always meet this smug guy, right? He goes, I love calling back east on January 1st. What are y'all doing? Snowed in, huh? Bummer. Me? I'm out by the pool. What an idiot. I used to love calling L.A. from New York when I lived here. What are y'all doing? Talking to TV producers. Bummer. Me? I'm reading a book. Yeah. We're thinking back east. Yeah, we're evolving. Is that the big one I hear in the background? Bye, lizard scum. Bye. Horrible place. Home of the pedestrian right-of-way law. You know what this is? A pedestrian steps on the street, every car has to stop to let this person cross the road. Seems ludicrous in light of the city we're in at this point right now, doesn't it? Where if someone steps in front of your car here, you speed up and turn your wipers on. Bad call, brother. Pedestrians. I think that's good. So I flew in yesterday, 4.5-hour flight. Let me get this straight now. They don't allow smoking on airplanes, right? But they allow children. I'm a smoker, so I'm trying to quit flying. And So I get on this plane, right, and I luck out. Every seat next to me empty. Cool, I'm going to sleep. No shame. Every armrest goes up. Pillows, blankets on my head. I'm out of here, man. Which I love doing because it really bugs those business guys sitting around you. One guy actually said to me, "Hey, is that allowed?" I said, "No, I bought every seat. Shut up." I love taking $6,000 naps, you idiot. Go back to your Macintosh, monkey boy. Just because you're in the sky don't mean you can't work for the man. Hey, I think I hear your jacket wrinkling in the overhead compartment. So I'm asleep on this plane, right? And I feel this tapping on my head, and I look up, and there's this little kid loose on this plane, right? And he's just tapping me on the head. I look across the aisle at his mom. She's just smiling. Guy next to the mom goes, "They're so cute when they're that small." Isn't that amazing, letting a little kid run loose like that? And the kid runs over to the emergency exit, and he starts flipping that handle to the door. The guy next to the mom starts to get up, and I go, "Wait a minute." We're about to learn an important lesson right here. And you're right, the smaller he gets, the cuter he is. Stewardess, since we got a breeze in here, can we smoke now? True story. I quit smoking cigarettes 8 weeks ago. Absolutely true. No cigarettes, 8 weeks. Unbelievable miracle. Yeah, I earned it. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I earned it. Thank you. I did earn it, yeah. Very hard, let no one kid you. Cigarettes look great to me right now. Every cigarette looks like it was made by God, rolled by Jesus, and licked closed by Claudia Schiffer right now. God, that looks good. And I don't know how to quit. My friends recommended that patch thing, you know, the patch. But I don't see how that works, you know, unless you wear it over your mouth. What's he saying? I think he wants a cigarette. Put it up your nose. I don't think the patch is helping him. Of course, out in L.A., they're very tolerant of smokers, you can imagine. I was driving around once, smoking a cigarette in my car, windows rolled up. I heard this honky next to me. Lady, I have no idea who she is, going. She runs right into a pole, right? Thank you.
Bill Hicks. We'll pause for a commercial and continue in a minute. Thank you. Okay, welcome back to the program. Bill Hicks is here. Very funny. Nice job. Very, very funny as always.
Thank you.
How are things in your life generally? You mentioned some things in your stand-up there. How's your social life? How's your dating life? What's your personal? How are things going there? Anything we'd like to know?
Nothing.
Really? That's hard to figure.
It's hard to have a relationship in this business.
Yeah. Business
Not
of...
for you. You have a check coming in every week. For those who have to work week by week.
I see. Yeah.
But, you know, it's weird hours, and you're traveling all the time, and it's going to take, you know, a very special woman, you know, or a bunch of average ones. Now, I tell you, I've got it covered either way.
And you mentioned Los Angeles, that you're not crazy about living there, and do you live there completely now, full-time, or do you split your time up between here and there, or what?
I live there completely. I just don't like it there. You know, they're all into this inner child stuff, which I don't.
I don't know what that is exactly.
I don't either. But people come up, are you in touch with your inner child? Have you found your inner child? And I'm like, yeah, I found a picture of him on a milk carton. Leave me alone, please. Do me a favor, get in touch with your outer adult. Yeah, that's the way I'd go. You're 43 years old, leave the child go. It's a good childhood, it's over.
You're originally from Texas?
Right.
And you still have folks, family, and friends back there?
Yes, friends,
must be very proud of your success and so forth?
Sure. Yeah. I haven't needed money for years from them, so that's cool. Whatever. They don't even know what I do. Yeah. I just haven't been writing.
And you're getting ready, you're going to Great Britain for a while?
That's right. Yeah. I was over there during the LA riots, and it was interesting to have... First of all, the timing. I left the day the riots happened. Mm-hmm. I left L.A. Bye, Bill. Enjoy England. I will. Landed at Heathrow 11 hours later, past a newspaper stand. L.A. burns to ground.
Wow.
I'm thinking, man, did I leave a cigarette lit? How much are they? They have my pictures in here, man.
Look for your picture.
And then I'm over there trying to get news of the riots.
Yeah.
And they have 4 channels, and all 4 are playing snooker for no apparent reason. And the Brits are trying to sympathize, right? You know, they're going, oh, Bill, crime's horrible. It's terrible here, too. No, it's not. You ought to hear crime in England's like, yesterday, some hooligans knocked over a dustbin in Shaftesbury.
Hooligans. We need to pause one more time. We'll be right back with Bill Hicks. Bill, thank you very much. Have a nice time here in New York City at Caroline's, and also good luck in England. My apologies now to Mark Lehner. We got carried away and ran out of time, and he will not be here tonight. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to break it to you. As soon as it's possible, we'll have him back here on the program once again. My apologies to him. My thanks to Kathy Lee Gifford. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, Howard Stearns. Good night, everybody. You'd all get something to eat. That's one of our interns. I'm dying to see his resume about a year from now. Oh, geez, I see you were the late-night P-boy. Our next guest is an original stand-up comedian who we always enjoy having him with us on the program. Now, on March 24th through the 28th, this man will be performing right here in New York City in Manhattan at Caroline's Comedy Club. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the always dangerous Bill Hicks. Bill!
Thank you. How you doing tonight? Good. Living out in L.A. now, so I'm very glad to be here. It's very tense out there right now, you know, as they begin principal shooting on L.A. Riots, the sequel. As soon as the director yells, not guilty. Yeah. Oh, it's ugly out there. These cops testifying. They're unbelievable. This one cop testified yesterday that Rodney King, while they were beating him, was acting very weird. Explain that. Well, he was crying, yelling, and cursing. I think it's a safe bet it's this cop's first beating. It's going to become a recurring theme. I recommend earplugs for the next one, all right? Yeah, remember that the defense they had last time, that Rodney King beating tape that we all saw over and over again. Their defense was that tape is all in how you look at it. Really? Well, how are y'all looking at that? Well, it's how you look at it. For instance, if you play it backwards, you see us help King up and send him on his way.
Not guilty.
Unbelievable, man. I'm glad to be out of there. I'm traveling a lot. I was in Dallas, Texas recently. Yeah, I was down there. It's really gruesome. They actually have a museum on the 6th floor of the school book depository called the Assassination Museum. I believe named that after the assassination. I'm not sure the exact chronology here, but it's really weird. They have the window set up to look exactly like it did on that day, and it's really accurate, you know, because Oswald's not in it. Yeah, it's amazing. They have, it's called the sniper's nest, and you can't get to the window itself. And the reason they did that, of course, they didn't want thousands of American tourists getting to that window each year, you know, going, there's no way! I can't even see the road! Yeah. There's no way. Not unless Oswald was hanging by his toes, upside down, from the ledge. Surely someone would have seen that. Either that or some pigeons grabbed onto him and flew him over the motorcade. You know, there was rumors of anti-Castro pigeons seen drinking in bars the night before. Someone overheard them saying, coo, coo. Thank you. It's a long way to go for a pun. So what they got down in Texas, again, this madman from Waco. Everyone's upset because this guy's calling himself Jesus. Hey, the guy's real name is Vernon. Give him a break, all right? Isn't that weird? How come no one ever claims to be Buddha, you know? Why not, you know, lock yourself in a Chinese restaurant and demand to read fortune cookies over the radio, you know? You will be the life of any party you are at. He's a madman. You will be well thought of in your old age. Seems like people would want to be Buddha more, and Americans resemble Buddha a lot more than Jesus, don't they? I won't be Buddha. Very short jump from Bubba to Buddha, you know? Put it right on your belt there. Buddha. That's me. People are snapping right and left. I'm going to snap eventually. I'm going to, man. I live out in L.A. I got a white car. Every time it gets dirty, someone writes "wash me" on the side of my car. And I finally found who it is, my landlady. She's like 600 pounds, crouched behind my car, writing "wash me" on the side of it. You know, I come up, what are you doing? She goes, oh, well, your car's dirty. I said, well, you're fat. I'm not carving trim me in your stomach. Thank you very much.
Bill Hicks, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Because it was recently on the David Letterman show on October 9th that I did the show, taped the show at 5:30 in New York, and then at 7 p.m. was called by the producer and told that I would be excised completely from the show. I, of course, asked why. The material had been approved and reapproved by the producers. And they said that CBS had deemed the material, these are quotation marks, unsuitable for the viewing public and for the Letterman audience. And I made the point that when I'm not on the show, I'm a member of the Letterman audience, so ultimately what you're saying is my material is not suitable for me. What a predicament. So anyway, I was censored from the show, and I kind of, there's not a, you know, there's a little pride in that. I mean, a lot of people have been bleeped and burped, and but actually what happened was I did some material about the pro-life people. Mm-hmm. And the joke I did was very simple. All I said was, if you're so pro-life, do me a favor, don't lock arms and block medical clinics. Lock arms and block cemeteries. Let's see how committed you are to this premise. It could even be construed as pro-life if you wanted to make that argument. Yeah. Anyway, they counted that as one of the quote-unquote hot points that I touched on. Here's the punchline. Monday night during the Letterman show, a commercial airs for pro-life. So see, we just had a misunderstanding. I thought I lived in the U.S. of A., United States of America, and actually we live in the U.S. of A., United States of advertising. Freedom of expression is guaranteed if you've got the money. Okay.
Just for the price. Jeez, man.
And other hot points I hit on the set, which was, again, approved and reapproved by the Letterman segment producer.
Until, of course, it was time to do it.
Until after I did it.
Until after it was done.
And the other material I touched on was Jesus, which they don't want any discussion, which I find so funny. I mean, it doesn't matter what angle you take on it. The fact that a comedian's talking about Jesus, people might construe it as sacrilegious. And in fact, it wasn't what I said. All I said was a lot of Christians wear crosses around their necks. You think when Jesus comes back, he's going to want to see a cross. It's just an observation. It's no big deal. I didn't go up and say the Pope sleeps with burros, you know, although I believe he does. I didn't say that. Anyway, the point is that the lines are lighting up on the Pope thing. See, immediately.
Yeah, of course.
What do you say about the Pope? I love the Pope.
Man, I'm down with the Pope, man.
I love seeing him in his Pope-mobile, his 3 feet of bulletproof plexiglass. That's faith in action, folks. Okay. You know he's got God on his side. Anyway, the point I'm making is about the idea of freedom of expression, and I believe that that there's this agenda in mainstream media, and I think it's fairly easy to back this up, to keep people stupid, docile, and apathetic, and therefore the elite who own these corporations and the families that own the corporations, even fewer people, their agenda is to keep us stupid and apathetic. That's why I love public access, and again, thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you for coming out.
I appreciate it.
So Dave also likes you.
Dave likes me, but what I found out subsequently to all this, and oh, by the way, I don't mean to keep pushing my own little horn here, but tooting my horn, but on Monday, this Monday, in the New Yorker magazine, there's a profile about me, including this story about Letterman. I found out that it's one of Dave's rules that he doesn't like comics to talk about Jesus on the show, which I find really weird. I mean, they pretend to be this hip, late-night talk show, when in actuality they're as mainstream as anything. And again, it doesn't matter what angle you take on the Jesus subject. That's what bugs me. Just because I'm a comic doesn't mean I'm treating it with disrespect.
Jesus in person?
Organized religion.
Ah.
But, you know, there's a lot, you know, for instance, let me just give you an example. See, what they do is they kowtow to a minority that's very vocal. Reasonable people don't write letters. Reasonable people have lives. Reasonable people know it's just a joke. Reasonable people know it's just TV. They know they can change the channel or they'll wait and something else will come on.
Sure.
See, reasonable people don't get active. It's these minorities, these fundamentalists who are totally organized, and they are a minority, and who are the ones trying to set this agenda for America. And but come to find out, Dave, you know, I guess 14 million was his price. You know what I mean? Everyone has a price, they say.
Oh, man.
Luckily, I don't have any money, so it doesn't matter my price.
Let me tell you a little bit about the program tonight. We have a lovely woman by the name of Mary Hicks. And I'm guessing you perhaps don't recognize this woman's name, but her son, Bill Hicks, yes, was a stand-up comedian, and he appeared on our old show, Late Night, 11 times, and we always loved Bill. He was tremendously funny and had a great energy, and we just got a big kick out of him. And his first late-night performance was November 15th, 1984. 1984. That's so long ago now.
I can't remember.
And it was exciting that night because it was his network television debut. Huh. And his 12th appearance, we had him on this show, October 1st, 1993. And he came out and he did his stand-up about 5 or 6 minutes. And afterwards, in considering what I had seen, and it was an error of judgment on my part, just a mistake.
Really?
I made a decision, I think, born of insecurity more than anything else, and I said, I don't think we want to have that on the show. So we removed it from the show.
Right.
And when I say we, I mean the production staff, but the decision was mine.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
And like I say, looking back on it, I had no real reason. I don't know why, and I'm sorry that I did, and it was a mistake. So what we're going tonight, and then the sad part of this story was later, the following year, February 26th, which coming up, oddly enough, will be about 15 years, the anniversary of Bill's death. He passed away on February 26th in 1994. He was only 32 years old, and sadly had pancreatic cancer. But I think only a few members of his family and friends knew it at the time, and we found out about it, of course, later. So as you grow older, things come in and out of your mind, and you think, well, you can't really correct mistakes you have made in life all the time. But I thought, perhaps just symbolically here tonight, we will have Bill's mother on, talk about his life and his career, and then we will show you what was taken out of this show back on October 1st, 1993. So that's what we're going to do. We'll be right back. Oh, also, look at this. The Gaslight Anthem. The 59 sound. We'll be right back with tonight's Top 10 list, everybody. And there you go, and there you go, and there you go. Thank you, Felicia. Nice job. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice welcome to the mother of the late, great comedian, Bill Hicks, the lovely Mary Hicks, everyone. Thank you very much for being so gracious and so generous to come and visit with us here so we could take a look at Bill's shot on the program that never got on. And let me again, if I haven't previously, just apologize for the heartache and sadness that my decision caused you and your family. And of course, made all the worse by the knowledge that at the time Bill was terribly, terribly sick. And not many people knew that, did they?
Very few.
Very few, yeah.
And I appreciate you saying that.
And when the diagnosis, it was pancreatic cancer, is it true that he moved back into home with you folks?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. That must have been a wonderful time in an odd way, of course.
In an odd way it was. It was a privilege, and it was what I expected. You know, most people, when they're sick, want their mother.
Yeah.
So he came home. Of course, you know, he was continuing to go out on...
He was still working?
He worked until January.
Mm-hmm. And did you learn things about his life on the road as a comic that maybe a mother doesn't want to know?
Well, I found out.
Yeah.
And it should have curled my hair, but it didn't. And yes, he did try to tell me what he had been doing from the time he left home at 18. And some of it, you know, should have bothered me, but at that time it didn't, because I knew Bill, and he had come out of the bad part of the time that he had. Mm-hmm. So I listened, and no, and I would not have had him go through that if I had had my choice.
Did you know early on, did he know early on that he wanted to be a comic? I'll bet he knew maybe long before you knew.
Well, he knew a long time before I knew. He always said when he was, up until the time he got interested in comedy, that he was going to Texas A&M to be a vet.
Oh.
He loved animals, and that's what he wanted to do. And then he got interested in watching Johnny Carson, and he read books about Woody Allen. So he got interested in that. He said that he saw Johnny Carson on TV, and he thought, "Ooh, you mean you can make a living doing that?" So, he decided that's what he would do.
Yeah, yeah. And did he perform early? Could you, looking back, did you remember? Oh, I see what he was doing. He was trying his comedy on the family, or parties or stuff.
Dave, there are no showbiz people in our family, so what he did, we just thought was our child doing that. We
Yeah.
certainly didn't think it would go into a career.
Yeah.
Not for a long time. But,
Where is your family from, by the way? We should mention
well,
that.
that's hard to tell because we moved so much.
Mm-hmm.
But we lived for 12 years in Houston, which is where Bill went through school. And that's where he got into comedy, in Houston.
And was his early material, or maybe continuing, was it about family? Did you recognize jokes? Did you hear jokes about yourself?
Well, I didn't hear jokes about me for years, but I heard that he was telling jokes about me and the rest of the family. But and, you know, that's all he knew when he first started.
Sure, that's right. And would you go see him perform when he was starting working in clubs and other venues and stuff?
No. He said that if we came, he wouldn't go up. So I, of course, didn't know about comedy clubs, and I thought, well, how strange. You know, if you're on the program, why don't you have to go up? So we didn't go. He asked us not to, so we didn't go.
Yeah.
And I will tell you something. He asked his dad and me to go see a musician that he admired. And so my husband said, well, Bill, can we have dinner there? And of course, Bill thought that was real funny because that was not the kind of place where they had served dinner.
Right.
But we went, and Bill did not go with us. He went with a group of friends. And my husband and I sat at this little table, and some young man came and sat at the next table to us by himself. And he kept looking at us, and finally he said, well, what are y'all doing here? Because we were the only old people in there. and we said, well, we came to see this musician. And I said, well, what are you doing here? And he said, well, he was a college student, and on his way home, he heard that this man was performing, and he liked him, so he just came straight there. But he couldn't understand why we were there. And then Bill came over and spoke to us. So, you know, I guess he realized why we were there. But anyway, Bill pulled things like that on us sometimes.
So, do you remember anything about the musician you saw that night?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. How was he?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What kind of music?
Well, can I tell his name?
Oh, sure. I think that would be
Oh,
useful.
his name is Eric. What is Eric's last name? Eric Johnson.
Oh, Eric Johnson.
He's very good.
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever heard of him?
No. Paul? Eric Johnson?
Is he a surfer?
No.
Galveston,
Well, I mean,
on the
he
Galveston coast of the Gulf of Mexico, Galveston?
He could, but I don't think so.
I thought so.
No, I think that...
How did you feel about coming here tonight? Was this an easy decision for you to make? I mean, I was... I thought...
Were you surprised that I accepted?
I believe I'm surprised when anybody comes here. No, wasn't surprised, but part of me thought, well, she has every reason not to come here.
That's right. I had a lot of reasons not to come, and I thought about it, and then I decided to come.
Good. I'm glad you're here. And again, I know I can't make up for the damage that was caused, but I hope symbolically this means something to you.
Well, it does. Right. And I will tell you that was a very hard time 15 years ago when that happened. And I just will have to tell you that it was.
Well, I'm well aware of that.
I know that.
I don't know personally how difficult it was, but I can certainly, now that I have a son, I can certainly imagine what that
You had to have a child to know.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, what else do you want to know?
I'll tell you what we're going to do, Mary. When we come back, we're going to play the tape from October 1st, 1993. We'll be right back with Bill Hicks, everybody. Here we go. So this will be now October 1st, 1993, and I think it's safe to say that some of the references now, I mean 16 years ago, are not going to seem perhaps all that contemporary, but I bet it'll just be fine. Have you must have seen the videotape, right? This is not the first time you've seen it?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it recently.
Yeah, and when you see it, you must be very happy and pleased to have seen it, and sad also, obviously.
Really? I mean, I'm all of that.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to take a look here tonight, and I want you folks to enjoy this, honestly. Here he is now doing stand-up comedy on this stage in a segment that I had taken out of our program October 1st, 1993. Here's the very funny Bill Hicks.
Thank you. Good evening. Very excited to be here tonight, and I got some great news today. I finally got my own TV show coming out as a replacement show this fall. Yeah. Thank you. It's not a talk show. Don't worry. It's a half-hour weekly show that I will host entitled Let's Hunt and Kill Billy Ray Cyrus. Thank you. It's fairly self-explanatory. Each week we let the hounds of hell loose. We chase that jarhead, no-talent, cracker idiot all over the globe. Till I finally catch that fruity little ponytail of his, pull him to his knees, put a shotgun in his mouth. Then we'll be back in '94 with Let's Hunt and Kill Michael Bolton. Also look out for our Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer, Marky Mark Christmas special. And I don't want to give away any surprises, but Marky Mark's the first one we catch and kill on that show because his pants kept falling around his ankles and he couldn't run away. I crossbow him right in the ab. Bring the whole kids, the family, and everything. It's a Christmas spectacular. I don't know what my deal is. I'm like a 31-year-old curmudgeon. That's the deal. You know, I went to a dance club the other day, you know, and dragged against my will, you know. And this girl asked me to dance, which I thought was hilarious, you know. Would you like to dance? You know, I'm like, yeah, you read my mind, you know. That's why I'm leaning in the darkest corner closest to the exit, you know. I'm about to boogie. I'm about to cut a rug. But it's weird. Women have this weird myth. You can tell the way a guy is in bed by how he is on a dance floor. I think that's ridiculous. What does it matter? You know what I mean? If a guy is on a dance floor really getting into it, enjoying himself, expressing himself, what does it matter how he is in bed? He's gay. Real men don't dance. They sit, sweat, and curse. Speaking of homosexuality, you know, I consider myself fairly open-minded, but something has come to my attention I find absolutely shocking. I don't know if you've heard about it. These new grade school books for children to teach them gay lifestyles. You know what I'm talking about? One of them is called Heather's Two Mommies. The other is called Daddy's New Roommate. I'm going to have to draw the line here, folks, and say this is absolutely disgusting, okay? It is grotesque and evil. I'm talking about Daddy's New Roommate. Heather's Two Mommies is pretty cool. I don't know if you really check that out. They're hugging on page 7. Oh, go, mommies, go, go. Anyway. Makes me miss my youth. People annoy me. You know what's really annoying me? These pro-life people. You ever look at their faces? I'm pro-life. Boy, don't they look it. They just exude joie de vivre, you know? You see them trying to go to an orphanage and adopt a kid. We're pro-life. We're here to adopt. Kids are just, oh, don't pick me. Oh, no. I'll eat gruel, 15 to a bed, no problem. Just keep Heather's Two Mommies coming and we're fine in here. I'm pro-life. You know, if you're really pro-life, do me a favor. Don't lock arms and block med clinics, okay? If you're so pro-life, do me a favor. Lock arms and block cemeteries, okay? Let's see how committed you are to this idea. She can't come in. She was 98. She was hit by a bus. There's options. Are we going to have her stuffed? What are we going to do with her? We're pro-life. That's the same look smokers give you, too. I'm a non-smoker. I'm a pro-life non-smoker. I'm getting that look a lot these days because I started smoking again, and I had 9 months without a cigarette, and I started again. And I'm getting that look. Are you applauding me starting or stopping? What are you... The smokers are, hey, you're back. Non-smokers, it's terrible. I can't believe he started again. Why? After 9 months. I have this belief. If that scenario is at all true when you die and you go to heaven and St. Peter meets you at the gate, I have this belief the first thing he's going to ask you is, you got a light? You mean y'all smoke here? Yeah, that's why it's heaven. These aren't clouds. This is cigarette smoke, pal. Hell is the non-smoking section. You want to look at them for a minute? Okay. I can't believe what they do to their bodies. It's so smelly. It smells like an ashtray. Why do they want me to smell that? God, that's hellish. Exactly. Light up and come on in. Hendrix is on harp tonight. So I've been traveling. I was in Australia. Over Easter, which was interesting to note. They celebrate Easter the same way we do, commemorating the death and resurrection of Jesus by telling our children a giant bunny rabbit left chocolate eggs in the night. I wonder why we're messed up as a race. Anybody got any clues? I've read the Bible. Can't find the word bunny or chocolate anywhere in the book. Why those two things? Why not, goldfish left Lincoln Logs in your sock drawer? Just making stuff up, go hog wild. But I think it's interesting to note how people act on religious beliefs. You know what I mean? Like a lot of Christians wear crosses around their necks. Nice sentiment. But do you think when Jesus comes back, he's really going to want to look at a cross? Ow. That may be why he hasn't shown up yet. Going, man, they're still wearing crosses, Dad. I'm not going, no. They totally missed the point. I'm not going. Forget it. I'll go back as a bunny. But,
Just great. He looks tremendous, and I've not seen that videotape or any part of it since that night, and seeing it now, it raises the question: what was the matter with me? What was I thinking? That was just tremendous. He if anything. It says a great deal about me. It says more about me as a guy than it says about Bill, because there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. Just perfect. And the fact that, and I expected it to be somewhat dated, being that old, and it's not. It's just great. He, in fact, I guess this speaks to the suggestion that he was way ahead of his time. Mary, this has been a good night for me, and I hope a good night for you.
It's been a very good night.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you. We'll be right back with the Gaslight Anthem, everybody.
From New York, it's The Late Show with me, Dave. Tonight, actress Andy McDowell, musician Graham Parker, and comedian Bill Hicks. Plus, Paul Schaefer of the CBS Orchestra. And now, your announcer for the evening, David Letterman.
to see you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful program for you here tonight. A very talented, very lovely woman, Andie MacDowell, is on the show. Beautiful. We're lucky to have her. Andie MacDowell. Oh, my. Also, Graham Parker is here. Now say hello to our good friend Paul Schaefer. He's right over there. Paul! Hey, good boy. Our next guest is a very entertaining comedian, Bill Hicks. Bill, come on out here. Have a wonderful weekend, folks. We'll see you on Monday. Good night, everybody.
From New York, much scarier than Jurassic Park, it's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, actress Andie MacDowell, musician Graham Parker, and comedian Bill Hicks. Plus, Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. And now, your waiter for the evening, David Letterman.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful program for you here tonight. A very talented, very lovely woman, Andie MacDowell, is on the show. Beautiful. We're lucky to have her. Andie MacDowell. Oh, my. Also, Graham Parker is here, and, yeah. Very funny comedian, Mr. Bill Hicks. Now say hello to our good friend Paul Schaefer. He's right over there. Paul! Hey, good boy. Our next guest is a very entertaining comedian. He will be appearing at the Comedy Corner in West Palm Beach, Florida, October 5th through the 10th. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the big program, Bill Hicks. Bill!
Thank you. Good evening. Very excited to be here tonight, and I got some great news today. I finally got my own TV show coming out as a replacement show this fall. Yeah. Thank you. It's not a talk show. Don't worry. It's a half-hour weekly show that I will host entitled Let's Hunt and Kill Billy Ray Cyrus. Thank you. It's fairly self-explanatory. Each week we let the hounds of hell loose. We chase that jarhead, no-talent, cracker idiot all over the globe. Till I finally catch that fruity little ponytail of his, pull him to his knees, put a shotgun in his mouth. Then we'll be back in '94 with Let's Hunt and Kill Michael Bolton. Also, look out for our Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer, Marky Mark Christmas special. And I don't want to give away any surprises, but Marky Mark's the first one we catch and kill on that show because his pants kept falling around his ankles and he couldn't run away. I crossbow him right in the ab. Bring the whole kids, the family, and everything. It's a Christmas spectacular. I don't know what my deal is. I'm like a 31-year-old curmudgeon. That's the deal. You know, I went to a dance club the other day, you know, and dragged against my will, you know. And this girl asked me to dance, which I thought was hilarious, you know. Would you like to dance? You know, I'm like, yeah, you read my mind, you know. That's why I'm leaning in the darkest corner closest to the exit, you know. I'm about to boogie. I'm about to cut a rug. But it's weird. Women have this weird myth. You can tell the way a guy is in bed by how he is on a dance floor. I think that's ridiculous. What does it matter? You know what I mean? If a guy is on a dance floor really getting into it, enjoying himself, expressing himself, what does it matter how he is in bed? He's gay. Real men don't dance. They sit, sweat, and curse. Speaking of homosexuality, you know, I consider myself fairly open-minded, but something has come to my attention I find absolutely shocking. I don't know if you've heard about it. These new grade school books for children to teach them gay lifestyles. You know what I'm talking about? One of them is called Heather's Two Mommies. The other is called Daddy's New Roommate. I'm going to have to draw the line here, folks, and say this is absolutely disgusting, okay? It is grotesque and evil. I'm talking about Daddy's New Roommate. Heather's Two Mommies is pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever checked that out. They're hugging on page 7. Oh, go, mommies, go, go. Anyway. It makes me miss my youth. People annoy me. You know what's really annoying me? These pro-life people. You ever look at their faces? I'm pro-life. Boy, don't they look it. They just exude joie de vivre, you know? You see them trying to go to an orphanage and adopt a kid. We're pro-life. We're here to adopt. Kids are just, oh, don't pick me. Oh, no. I'll eat gruel, 15 to a bed, no problem. Just keep Heather's Two Mommies coming and we're fine in here. I'm pro-life. You know, if you're really pro-life, do me a favor. Don't lock arms and block med clinics, okay? If you're so pro-life, do me a favor. Lock arms and block cemeteries, okay? Let's see how committed you are to this idea. She can't come in. She was 98. She was hit by a bus. There's options. Are we going to have her stuffed? What are we going to do with her? We're pro-life. That's the same look smokers give you, too. I'm a non-smoker. I'm a pro-life non-smoker. I'm getting that look a lot these days because I started smoking again, and I had 9 months without a cigarette, and I started again. And I'm getting that look. Are you applauding me starting or stopping? What are you? The smokers are, hey, you're back. Non-smokers, it's terrible. I can't believe he started again. Why? After 9 months. I have this belief. If that scenario is at all true when you die and you go to heaven and St. Peter meets you at the gate, I have this belief the first thing he's going to ask you is, you got a light? You mean y'all smoke here? Yeah, that's why it's heaven. These aren't clouds. This is cigarette smoke, pal. Hell is the non-smoking section. You want to look at them for a minute? Okay. I can't believe what they do to their bodies. It's so smelly. It smells like an ashtray. Why do they want me to smell that? God, that's hellish. Exactly. Light up and come on in. Hendrix is on harp tonight. So I've been traveling. I was in Australia. Over Easter, which was interesting to note. They celebrate Easter the same way we do, commemorating the death and resurrection of Jesus by telling our children a giant bunny rabbit left chocolate eggs in the night. I wonder why we're messed up as a race. Anybody got any clues? I've read the Bible. Can't find the word bunny or chocolate anywhere in the book. Why those two things? Why not, goldfish left Lincoln Logs in your sock drawer, just making stuff up, go hog wild. But I think it's interesting to note how people act on religious beliefs. You know what I mean? Like a lot of Christians wear crosses around their necks. Nice sentiment. But do you think when Jesus comes back, he's really going to want to look at a cross? Ow. That may be why he hasn't shown up yet. He's going, man, they're still wearing crosses, Dad. I'm not going, no. They totally missed the point. I'm not going. Forget it. I'll go back as a bunny. But,
Always nice to have a few uplifting minutes from you, Bill.
Thank you, buddy.
We're going to do a commercial. We'll be right back here. All right. Is the limbo contest on deck C or D?
Now cut that out.
All right. Bill, thank you very much. Nice to see you, and good luck with your mail the next couple of weeks. It'd be fun for you.
I was going to juggle.
Project. Oh, that's all right.
They told me the ceiling was too high.
My thanks also to Graham Parker and the lovely Andy McDowell. Have a wonderful weekend, folks. We'll see you on Monday. Good night, everybody.